Good afternoon and welcome to Bowl TV for the 2017 USBC Senior Queens taking place at Circle Bowl in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. My name is Aaron Smith with USBC Communications, and we'll be here for continued coverage of the 2017 event until we crown a champion. More than 50 of the top bowlers ages 50 and older making their way to Baton Rouge. Looking for the opportunity to have a little fun on the lanes, make their run at the title, take home some prize money as well. Top 32 after 15 games of qualifying over the course of 2 days, including defending champion Robin Romeo will make it to the double elimination match play bracket, which will be starting tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern, noon local time, here in Baton Rouge. So we already have 5 games in the books. We'll get you a rundown of the standings, as well as a look at our competitors as well. Circle Bowl, a 32-lane split center, so you see lane 17 to your left with the little walkway there. You see the Kegel lane machine. So we got 16 lanes up behind us as well. Big thanks to the staff here at Circle Bowl for their continued help and support. Of course, a lot of excitement going on in Baton Rouge already, along with the USBC Women's Championships taking place at the Raising Cane's River Center. We just had the USBC Queens wrap up a few of these competitors. Competed at the Queens. Most notably, Tish Johnson, the USBC and PWBA Hall of Famer, making it to the top 64 there. Of course, if you did not catch the CBS Sports Network airing of the 2017 Queens, it's going to re-air on Thursday. That's tomorrow. 7 p.m. Eastern on CBS Sports Network. Realize it ran a little bit late due to the programming ahead of it. We appreciated everyone's patience. On that, and if you didn't catch it then, once again, Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern. After one round of qualifying, 5 games in the books, Regina Aboud of San Jose, California, the only competitor plus, with a 5-game total of 1,011 for a 202.2 average. Also at plus 11, if we're going by plus or minus, we'll go from there. So we actually have Regina up on lane 20. See her about 15 at the arrows. Delivers 10 back. Had games of 182, 205, 194, 257, and 173 to lead the field in the early going. Also in the top 5, Karen Barkle from Albuquerque, New Mexico. She made a run into the stepladder finals of the 2016 event. She's at minus 14. Christina Niles from Florence, Arizona at minus 15. Lucy Sandlin, a 2-time winner and USBC Hall of Famer out of Tampa, Florida, minus 43. And Christy Witcher from Belfair, Washington, minus 46. Rounding out the top 5, our defending champion, Robin Romeo, in 6th at minus 48. Competitors this week competing on a 40-foot pattern. 25.75 mils for the volume, using the Kegel Prodigy oil. But since this is the second squad and the Senior Queens. It's contested on the burn, so during our break, we started at 8 a.m. local time here. There's no re-oil. These ladies get the traffic from earlier, get to make the adjustments, see if they get to settle in and find their rhythm. They'll be back on the fresh tomorrow morning. Once again, they'll be at 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. local here on Bowl TV. Over on lane 19, that is Sharon Powers. Very accomplished player. Get to see her a lot at these events. Delivers the strike for a double. Up on lane 20, that's Melanie McAllister. Linda Andrews up on 22, taking care of the 2-4-5. This is Nadine Darsam, locally here out of Baton Rouge, up on lane 21, looking to clean up the single pin. He's going to take care of business. You do have to follow the letters on the scoreboard there. So, fortunately, no names. But as mentioned, you just got to kind of follow them when they're up. So we see Lori Jo Turner getting ready on lane 22 to your right. So she's going to stay in the C position throughout. On lane 21, Edissa Andrade from Panama joining us. We have a handful of players from Panama making their way here to the Senior Queens in 2017. Most of the competitors had the opportunity to leave the facility for a little bit, grab some lunch, take advantage of the great cuisine here in Baton Rouge. I certainly have over the past week and a half or so. Final competitor joining us on 19 and 20. It's Carol Teal. Seen Carol quite a few times competing here and doing just that, mixing them up for the strike in the 6th frame. As far as a few questions in the chat, I'm not sure how much further back we can go on the cameras. We don't want to get too far away from the players here. So this will probably be pretty much the distance. And I'm not sure what happened on lane 23 with the deck lights, but they are continuing bowling. You can follow standings and more, see the roster, see the oil pattern, see the schedule by visiting bowl.com/Senior Queens. Or if you just want to type in bowl.com, you can go to the tournaments tab up at the top and find a listing for senior tournaments, and right down there, Senior Queens. Along with the excitement, some history possibly in store. Some good storylines as well. USBC Hall of Famer Robin Romeo has won the Senior Queens the past 3 years. Becoming the first player to successfully defend the title 3 straight times. or 2 straight times. She didn't defend the first one. She just won it back in 2014. On top of that information, the runner-up at the past 4 years, fellow Hall of Famer Tish Johnson, who we mentioned earlier, competed at the USBC Queens just a few days ago, did well. Tish is still looking for that first tiara in her collection. She's come so close the past few years, hoping to get it done in 2017. Then we'll see if we have any new contenders as well. Last year we had a few fresh faces in the stepladder finals. Good players, but first time we had caught them at the Senior Queens. We mentioned Karen Barkle from Albuquerque, putting on a great performance. We also had Robin Flynn from Australia. Made a memorable run to make the stepladder finals. Flynn, however, not in attendance this year. If you're unfamiliar with the format here at the Senior Queens, once again, 15 games qualifying for all competitors, as defending champion Robin Romeo is automatically seeded into the double elimination match play bracket. If she happens to fall outside of the top 32, she's guaranteed that 32 spot. However, she can improve her position through seeding. After we know our 32 for bracket play, competitors will face off in 3-game pinfall matches. So you just want to have a higher series than your opponent. Move on to the next round. Double elimination, obviously, you get the opportunity to come back from the elimination bracket. We'll go all the way until we have 6 competitors left. 2 of them will have earned their spot on the TV, or on the, well, kind of the television show here on Bowl TV. But two players, one from each bracket, will go undefeated on their way to the final match. So they'll be guaranteed the 1 and 2 spots. Then they'll bowl to determine who's going to be that #1 seed, and be just 1 win away from the tiara. As Regina mixes them up. Has liked lane 20 so far. Gets the finish on that lane. but in the elimination bracket. When we get down to our final 4 competitors, we'll have an exciting 4-player final match. Still staying with 3 games. The highest score out of that will be the number 3 seed for the stepladder finals. Second high will be the 4 seed. Third will get the 5 seed, and whoever has the low series out of that will unfortunately be eliminated, finish in 6th place. And then the stepladder itself transitions to 1-game matches instead of the 3-game that we'll see throughout. However, still a true double elimination format. So let's say, just looking at our 3-time defending champion Robin Romeo, if she finds a way to go undefeated, earn that number 1 seed. If anyone, or once she got to that title match, she would actually have to lose twice. So no one and done unless she wins. That stepladder final will take place on Friday, right here on Bowl TV, 6:30 p.m. Eastern scheduled start time, 5:30 local here in Baton Rouge. We encourage you to come on out. Pretty cool little bowling center here, as we mentioned, 32 lanes, split house, and as you can see, definitely a theme of Louisiana going on. Taking a look at the masking units. Got some jazz, some crawfish, some Mardi Gras. Really looks like a history lesson here of the Pelican State. Nice shot there. In the 9th frame for Idissa. Once again, as I mentioned, from Panama. See Sharon Powers stepping up here. Fill ball to get to 203. 2014 National Golden Ladies Champion. Sends all 10 back. The National Golden Ladies will be a big part of the Senior Queens experience next year, as both events will be scheduled right around the same time. in Las Vegas, Nevada. The entertainment capital of the world. Has been a longtime home of the National Golden Ladies, but the Senior Queens is going to head out there as well. Going to move up a little bit in the schedule into March. Sharon Powers gets to 203. Regina Aboon has the opportunity to get to 207. Her fill ball coming up can add on to that plus total. Once again, only one player plus. After the 5 opening games, Regina, great shot there, kicks out the 10. Regina received an award as well for leading the opening round of qualifying. Each round qualifier will have the chance to take home one of those awards. Pretty good shot there by Edissa, but no love on the 10. Looks like we'll need a score added there for the fill ball. Nadine looking to convert the bucket. Leaves the 5 up and finishes with 139. All right, there's the 9. Linda will wrap things up here on our featured pair. Starting with a strike and get to 184. All right, game 1 in the books. We'll be heading into game 2 momentarily here on Bowl TV for the 2017 USBC Senior Queens. Again, a big thanks to everyone for joining us. So we wait for our competitors to move on. Come here to Bowl TV. Once again, lanes at 19 through 22. All right, we've moved into game number 2 of 5, round 2 here at the 2017 USBC Senior Queens, taking place at Circle Bowl in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I'm Aaron Smith. Thanks everyone for joining us so far. Hopefully you plan on checking out the great competition throughout the rest of the week. We'll be here on Bowl TV for all of it until we are down to our stepladder finals, and we'll crown a champion right here as well. To the far right of your screen, our 3-time defending champion, USBC and PWBA Hall of Famer Robin Romeo. Find some trouble there in the second, leaves the 6'10". Up on 21 is Inger Vortalazzo from Santa Barbara, California. Started with a spare. Come on, 10-pin, you can fall out. Also on the pair, we have Ann Sperling joining us from Byram Township, New Jersey. And Karen Whiteside from Kilgore, Texas. This will be our 4 on 21 and 22. This is Milka Vargas, far left of your screen. Good shot there, leaves the 10. Vargas from Sun City Center, Florida. Mandy Wilson up on 20. Been a great competitor for many, many years. We will also see Christina Niles up on 19 and 20 out of Florence, Arizona. And their final competitor, Velma Watson out of Chicago. We do have results updated after the opening game here. 6 total games in the books. Regina Aboud of San Jose, California, holding on to lead, 12-18, so plus 18 for her 6 games overall. But we saw Lucy Sandlin, the Hall of Famer and 2-time Senior Queens champion, make a big jump in the standings. Was at minus 43 after her first 5-game block, but shot 255 out of the gates to get to plus 12. Christina Niles coming in light there, leaving the 2-5 is a third at minus 22. Karen Barkle from Albuquerque in fourth, minus 26. Christy Witcher holding on to a spot in the top 5, minus 43. I mentioned Robin Romeo going to be stepping up here for her 3rd frame in just a moment. Still holding on to 6th, minus 45. Rounding out the top 10 at the moment through 6. Cheryl Kessler from Kansas, minus 52. Carol Teal, we saw her last game from the Villages, Florida, minus 76. Debbie Ayers out of La Mesa, California, minus 79. And Hall of Famer Anne-Marie Dugan, won the 2012 Senior Queens. Rounds out the top 10 at minus 83. Hall of Famer Tish Johnson at minus 96 through 6. Paula Vidal, the 2011 champion, at minus 112. She's at 17th. Our 2010 champion, Char Hamill, out of Las Vegas, currently in 36th place at minus 189. Looking to get things going. If you're just tuning in, we already had one qualifying block earlier today that was not broadcast. That doesn't mean it didn't happen. So with all the excitement taking place across town at the Raising Cane's River Center, we really didn't get the opportunity to set up until between the blocks here. We're going to have continued coverage the rest of the way out. So we hope you can join us for a little bit. Of course, looking ahead to Friday, the stepladder finals, right here on Bowl TV, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 Central. The 7-9, yikes, sneaking in there for Robin. Question in the chat about the center. It's actually a split house, so you are correct. Lane 17, right by the wall there. There's a little walkway as well. But right behind us, if we were to flip the cameras around, although probably not the best angle, you would see lanes 11, 12, 13, and 14. So with a little area in between, they have their control desk. Got some spectator seating as well. Actually set up pretty nice overall to kind of make the flow. People can get around pretty easily. About a 32-lane center overall. Definitely has a cool and unique feel to it. Talked a little bit about the masking units earlier, having that Louisiana flavor to them. And makes it 3 in a row. Gotta take advantage when you get them. All right, question in the chat from Josh. Wondering if we'll get the opportunity to see Lucy today. Sounds like we will just miss her on the featured pair. She will be on 17 and 18. That's going to be the closest, if I'm reading all this right. However, looks like we'll get the opportunity to see Lucy first thing tomorrow morning on 21 and 22. So you can check that out nice and early. Good way to start a Thursday. So Ann Sperlin keeps it going here. 5 in a row. Good question in the chat from Justin. Who's leading so far? Well, I can tell you, or I can give you the tools to find it. If you scroll down a little bit in the description below the video, I did not mention this earlier, you can actually find a link. Starts off scores.bowl.com. If you go ahead and click on that, I'll take you to the standings through 6 games. And that'll be the place to be throughout the rest of the block here. Or you can go to bowl.com/Senior Queens. But Josh is right, Regina Aboud, the early leader through 6 games of qualifying, plus 18. Lucy Sandlin, as we mentioned, big 255 game to move into second. She is at plus 12. Velma gets that 9-pin to fall. Chatted a little bit with Robin Romeo before we started here at our preview on bowl.com, and obviously Robin, a long-time PWBA Tour star, Hall of Famer, both PWBA and USBC. Pretty much, business as usual. Kind of stuck with the routine, got her normal practice in. Said she did work a little bit with renowned coaches Mark Baker and Mike Jazz now. To work a little bit with her footwork. Kind of get that swing a little more crisp. We've been bowling some events back home, as well as making a PWBA Tour stop. Hopes of once again taking home the tiara. The win in 2016 was the first where Robin went undefeated throughout match play, earned the #1 seed. So when it got down to the final match, as we mentioned a little bit earlier today, once again having to face Tish Johnson. pretty memorable, little different type of memorable match because both players just exhibited great spare shooting. We're kind of getting around the 1-3, but not a lot of doubles for Robin. She actually didn't strike until the 9th frame. But since Tish could not put up the strikes as well, she actually had a chance to throw a few more in the 10th to shut out. She got the first one to put the pressure on, and it ended up being enough to take the W. Question from Tyler about Christy Witcher. Let me see if I can find her. Got myself a lane pairing sheet. Christy, a talented player out of the Northwest. I know she's on here somewhere. Christy Witcher, there we go. She is pairing up with Shar Hamill, and game 4, she'll be on lanes 19 and 20. So we will have Christy in a few games from now. Let's see about Anne-Marie Dugan. She started off on 23 and 4, one pair to our right. Anne-Marie, there she is. That was the closest we were going to get to seeing Anne-Marie, at least today. However, we will catch her for game 2 tomorrow morning in the final qualifying block. As far as the scoring up there, it actually follows the players around. So if you look on the left pair right now, A is on, A and B are on the right. So Velma delivers a strike. You can see it pop up there. Then they'll switch over to the other side, so it kind of goes back and forth. So you just got to be kind of following that blue line to see who it goes with. As we mentioned earlier, Ann had 5 in a row and opened in the 8th, but bounced back with a strike in the 9th. She could throw a few strikes here to get to 142. Sorry, got the first one. Seeing about adding another. And Sperlin putting together a great game here on the Burn Squad. Once again, joining us out of New Jersey. She's going to make a jump in the standings. Let's see where she was sitting at. Prior to game 2, game 7 overall. And Ann was at minus 177, so going to be a quick jump in the standings, up quite a few spots. She was in the cut in 30th place. One more shot to go for Sperling, 242. She can add one more. Oh, I was going to say bingo. So that was a great shot, but 9-pin stubborn. 241 though. Nice game out here. Question from George in the chat. We go to lane 32. As Robin says, I got this. Makes it a double, can get to 205 with that strike. Bortolazzo can get to 186. 201 for a 3-time defending champion. Christina Niles has been near the top of the standings throughout the early going here in qualifying, but running into some struggles here in game 2 of round 2. Looking to take care of the 3-6-10. And the chop. All right, we're in the books. Nice 241 here in game 2. From Ann Sperling to lead the way. Get some new competitors here for game 3. So everybody hang tight. 3 more games to go here on Bull TV for the 2017 USBC Senior Queens, round 2 of qualifying. We are at Circle Bowl in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I'm Aaron Smith. Thanks for joining us. Game 3 coming up next. So don't go too far. Competitors already making their way to the lanes. All right, folks, we're settling into Game 3, and we have an update of scores through 7. Once again, you can find those at bowl.com/Senior Queens. We also have a link in the description area below the video. May have to refresh your browser just to be safe. And Regina Aboud continues to lead out of San Jose, California. Games of 207 and 195 so far this block after being the only player to go plus in the early going. Plus 11 in our first 5 games to lead the way and get the round 1 qualifying award. So at the moment she is plus 13. Lucy Sandlin after the big 255 had 192. USBC Hall of Famer, 2-time Senior Queens champion at plus 4. Christy Witcher. I know we have a Christy fan out there. Probably a few. Been pretty consistent so far this block. 203, 213 to move into third. She's at minus 30. Robin Romeo, Hall of Famer, the back-to-back-to-back Senior Queens champion. Saw her last game. Steady and consistent, 203, 201. She's now at minus 44 overall in fourth. And Karen Barkle from Albuquerque rounds out the top 5 at minus 46. In sixth, we have Cheryl Kessler, minus 57. In seventh, Debbie Ayers, minus 71. In eighth, Penny Fenneman from Sweet Home, Oregon, not Chicago, minus 76. Christina Niles, who we saw last game, had some struggles. Still in the top 10, though, minus 86 overall. And Roseanne Costanzo from San Diego, rounding out the top 10 at minus 90. While we're talking about players, let's meet them. Stepping up on lane 21 is Narayadamak from Panama. As we mentioned, good contingent joining us from there. Also on 21 and 22 is Guadalupe Coparopa. Over on 22 is Jacqueline Delosky. And we mentioned Penny Fetterman moving into the top 10. She is our 4th. Good to see Penny in a moment. That is Cheryl Kessler. 19, unable to get that one to make it all the way back, leaves the washout. Mentioned she was in 6th place overall. This is Susan O'Hara up on 20. Left-hander, clean through 3, looking forward to that first strike. Also on the pair, Lisa Wasson and Mei-Ling Billingsley. Just a reminder to those of you who may just be tuning in, this is round 2 of the 2017 USBC Senior Queens. We are qualifying. Have one more block to go tomorrow morning, starting at 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. local time here in Baton Rouge. We'll be here on Bowl TV for that and throughout until we crown our champion, give away a tiara and $6,000 to the winner. All competitors bowled 5 games a little bit earlier today as Mock nearly converted that 5-7. Thought she was going to kick it over. But all competitors bowled 5 games earlier today on the 40-foot fresh condition being used for the 2017 event. You can find that graph on bowl.com/Senior Queens. 40 feet in length, 25.75 mils, using the Prodigy oil from Kegel, the official lane maintenance provider for short duration USBC events, as well as a gold industry partner, along with a Columbia 300, Hammer and Storm. So big thanks to all those companies for their continued support to help grow a future for the sport. So we had that 40-foot fresh pattern to start the day. While we had a break afterwards, there was no re-oil, so we went straight into competition. After that break, players got 10 minutes of practice, and it was time to roll. So they'll be back on the fresh for their final 5-game block tomorrow morning. And we'll know who will be joining defending champion Robin Romeo in the double elimination match play bracket. Be sure to keep an eye on bowl.com. A little bit later tonight, we'll have a brief recap of today's 10 games. Delivering the strike on 23 was Jackie Wyckoff, a team titleist at the Women's Championships, making it 5 out of 6. Strong start for her in Game 3, Round 2. Big thanks to everyone for joining us here so far in the early goings of the 2017 USBC Senior Queens. No worries, Kenny, in the chat. I knew who you were talking about, so 2-time champ will be back under the bright lights of Bowl TV tomorrow morning. Big thanks to everyone for joining us. Shout out to Mike Carlson, back from my neck of the woods in Indiana, tuning in. Feel free to let us know where you're watching from in the chat. Always enjoy seeing the reach of the audience here on Bowl TV. As we mentioned, we have a handful of players from Panama in the field, including 2 on 21 and 22. Got Ty Dawson joining us from California. David Wazwa. The Bowler Show. Tuning in. Got Rhode Island. Good friend Kimberly Power out of California. Las Vegas, that's where I'm going next. Kenny from Kingsport, Tennessee. Hey, there we go. Bringing the business to Bowl TV, Guadalupe Coparopa. Taking care of the 5'7" from Panama. 5'7" isn't from Panama. Guadalupe is. Although that would explain a lot of my troubles if I knew where the 5'7" came from, because I leave plenty of them as well. Narayada with the strike, tripping that 4. Looks like Pam Lawrence putting together a nice game over on 17 and 18. Going to be at 2-13, it looks like. Also on that pair, Tish Johnson. Working on 3 in a row to start the 10th. You'll see her up on lane 18, far left of your screen. She can get to 225. Looking to make her move.
Gotta love those 200 games.
We will not catch Tish either today. She's going in the going towards the low end next. Once again, split house. So 17 through 32 on one side. Guess when you walk in, it's to the right. So just in case, plan on joining us. We're on the right side with the cameras. 1 through 16. The low end, if you will, on the left side. Got a control desk right in the middle. Some area, a lot of seats set up just in case. Get some good crowds as the tournament progresses. All 3 in the 10th for Tish. 225. Doing her thing. Taking care of business. Some pairs do have only 3 on them, so these groups of 4 do not cross all the way together. So left lane stays with left lane competitors, right lane stays with right lane competitors, and so they get to bowl some new folks each game as they make their way across this 32 lane facility. Kim, that sounds like quite the schedule there. Great to see all these opportunities in the sport. Mentioned Jackie, a team titleist at the Women's Championships. Kimberly, part of that group as well. Team title coming in 2012 at the National Bowling Stadium in Reno, Nevada. Coefficient of Friction, the team name. Taking home the scratch title that year. Marietta working on a double. She gets ready for her foundation frame. Big backswing. Big kick at the 10 for 3 in a row. Set up the 10th. 222 max score. Lisa stepping up on 20, made a run a few years ago here at the Senior Queens, making it to the stepladder finals. Very good player out of Texas. Murphy, Texas, specifically. Actually got the pleasure to sit next to Lisa for the Queens telecast, covering the event for the Bowling News. Shout out to Jeannie and Tony Franklin for all the hard work they do to put that together each and every week. Sure, some other folks as well who I'm not mentioning at the moment because don't want to get anything correct or incorrect. Mark London, good pal, originally out of the Midwest, now out of the Houston area. Has a weekly article in there, Just Paying Attention, JPA for short. The ever popular 3, 5, 6, 7. Don't get to see that one every day. Let's see if Susan can give it a run though. Just needs to get the ball a little left of the 3-pin there. I actually saw Julia Bond leave this at the Queens during qualifying. And it just happened to be good timing on Jason Thomas's part. Doing a little video work, caught the leave and caught the conversion as well. Although Susan unable to take care of the 7. But you can check out that video and a lot more from the Queens on the Sport of Bowling USBC Facebook page. And that'll be your social media center for the Senior Queens as well. Since we had to wait a little bit to set up, we've got some videos this morning. A few quick looks. So if you don't like that page, please take the opportunity, there we go, tough word to say, to do so. Of course, you can follow us on Twitter as well, at USBC. Bowl.com, your one-stop shop for everything USBC related. Jackie Wyckoff's going to be in the 220s, 228 specifically. She picked up that spare in 23. So that will conclude Game 3. Game 4 coming up next here at the 2017 USBC Senior Queens. We are at Circle Bowl in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. About a 15-minute drive from the Raising Cane's River Center, where we just came from on extra frame for the USBC Queens, the first major of the PWBA Tour season. A few of our competitors took the opportunity to compete in both events. Debbie Ayers, we saw at Queens, as well as Tish Johnson. So everybody hang tight, competitors moving around. Short walk with this split lane house, so should be up and running in no time here in game number 4 of 5. 2017 USBC Senior Queens round 2 of qualifying. 2 more games to go for today. We'll have a recap on Bowl.com, then back at it on Bowl TV bright and early, 9 a.m. Eastern, for the final 5-game round. Just don't go too far. That's what I wanted to say. We'll be right back here on Bowl TV. All right, game 4 settling in to Jason in the chat. We're only in the second frame of game 4, but they're already updated. I'd say that's pretty quick. So be sure to check that out, bowl.com/Senior Queens. Those results through 8 total games. Regina Aboud continues to be at the top of the standings, has been steady this block, 207, 195, 204 for 606 total. She is plus 17 overall. Lucy Sandlin at -3 in second. Robin Romeo, the defending champion 3 times. At -15, the USBC and PWBA Hall of Famer Debbie Ayers moves into the top 5 for the first time after a big 245 game to get to -26. Christy Witcher delivering the strike on 20. That was, she didn't get to see that 10-pin slide like that, but she knew it was good for falling. Pin knew better. Rounds out, but Christy rounds out the top 5 at -34. In 6th place, Karen Barkle, been pretty steady right around that top 5 all day. Out of Albuquerque, -74. Anne-Marie Dugan moving into 7th, -97. Carol Teal at -102. Beth Owen Sipolewski at -109. And Tish Johnson, along with Paula Vidal, moving into the top 10, tied for that 10th spot at -112. All right, let's meet our competitors up on 21 right now. This is Debbie Colby. She is going to be joined by Susan Condiff. Susan taking the ball up to the rack there. That is Lisa Goodson up on lane 22. Delivering the strike. Nice shot, Lisa. Their 4th is going to be Yolanda Garrett. Yolanda from the Colony, Texas. Condiff delivers the strike from Fremont, California. Debbie Colby from Frisco, Texas. Lisa Goodson from Ardmore, Oklahoma. Again, we mentioned Christy Witcher already, far left of your screen on 19. Taking care of business, front 4 to start here on Bull TV, game 4. She is joined on 19 and 20 by the 2010 Senior Queens champion, Shar Hamill. Just getting ready to go on lane 20. Also on the pair, Shelly Nell. Shelly from Silverdale, Washington. Their final competitor, Tammy Abraham Lopretti from Bloomington, Minnesota, stepping up on 19. Delivering a great shot there. Her third consecutive strike. Christie getting lined up here. Makes it 5. Business has picked up here in the Burn squad. 2017 USBC Senior Queens. Nice shot there from Shar for 5 out of 6. Her lone miss at pocket 7-10. Great shot there from Yolanda. Come on, 7-pin. Got pushed, leaned on, didn't fall. Nice shot there from Shelley. If you've been missing your Bowl TV fix, don't worry. Got plenty of opportunities over the course of the next few weeks. To watch many of the top senior players in the world. At the conclusion of the USBC Senior Queens, we'll pack up the stuff, head back to Las Vegas. One of the USBC Open Championships. No live streaming there. Don't forget the video policy, but we will have at Samstown the Super Senior Classic and Senior Masters coming up next. Myself and Matt Cannizzaro. Nice shot once again from Shar. What was I saying? No, I was talking about Matt and I. Yeah, we'll be doing cool things in Las Vegas. Those events are starting in June, first with the Super Senior Classic. Dates for that event, June 1st through the 4th. Senior Masters will follow right afterwards. And go all the way until the 11th. Tournament itself actually starts on June 6th. At the Senior Masters, so practice day Pro-Am sweepers on June 5th. Shelly Nels made two really good shots on lane 20. Last two times up. 2 strikes to show for it. Needs 19 to start cooperating. Nice cover there of the baby split. Oh, yowza. Great shot, Christie. That result, though, questionable at best. Not much you can do about that except smile for a second and say, wow. Char Hamill getting up first shot at the 10th, far left of your screen. Still has 2:45 out there as she delivers strike to kick things off. Once again paired with Christy Witcher, who can go 2:48 with all three strikes in frame number 10. Saw that brutal 8-pin last time up. Pretty good shot there from Char. 6 goes around the 10, unfortunately. But 234 going to be a step in the right direction. Char had shot 217 last game after starting this block with games of 170 and 164. Found herself in 26th place after a total of 8 games. 3 here in the second round, and the 5 from earlier today at minus 208. 230 will definitely be something to shake up the standings. Shelly Nell, not prepared to leave lane 20 at least. Struck on her last 3 shots on the right lane. 8-pin cooperates there for Christy Witcher. 240s is still out there. Susan getting the late hit on the 10. Set up her foundation frame, can get to 202. Lisa Goodson close to big trouble there. Nearly the 710. Christy Witcher looking to finish off 248 with a strike. Great game. Could have been some more there too. Didn't throw a bad shot that game. 248 is going to be a big jump in the standings. Already in the top 5, but that will put her plus. Yolanda finishes up with 178. Lisa Goodson can get to 214 with all 3 in the 10th. All right, Susan Condiff working on a strike. 202 max score for her. Good count gets Lisa to 200. Ooh, just enough. All right, 201. Lisa Goodson. Just the one to open that game. All right, one more shot to go, and then game 5. Game 10 of the day. Can't believe it's here already. Time has gone pretty quick here. Obviously, only 4 at most on a pair, so pace of play is going to be pretty quick regardless. So one more game to go. Susan gets to 180. Competitors not moving too far here for the final game. The direction is either just one pair to the left or one pair to the right, depending on which way the players are going. So a quick transition into game number 5. See how I timed that? The power of the interwebs continues on here at the 2017 USBC Senior Queens. We are at Circle Bowl in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I'm Aaron Smith with USBC Communications. Appreciate everyone joining us today. So one more to go. Settle in. Game 5 here on Bowl TV. All right, folks, settling into Game 5 here. Round 2 of qualifying at the 2017 USBC Senior Queens. Got some new competitors here, some ones we just saw last game. Once again, this was the small switch up, just moving one pair to the left or to the right, depending on which way you were going. We have a new leader after 9, Christy Witcher, who we saw at 248. Has gone plus 60 for her 4 games this block, averaging 215. She is up to plus 14, 5 pins ahead of Regina Aboud from San Jose, California. She's been a steady competitor, putting up a lot of 200s, 190s. She's at plus 9. Only 2 players plus so far through a total of 9 games today on Wednesday. Lucy Sandlin, Hall of Famer, 2-time Queens champion, is 3rd at minus 16. Debbie Ayers, minus 24 in 4th. And our defending champion, Robin Romeo of Newhall, California, minus 33. Penny Fenneman moves up a spot after 227 to minus 87 in 6th. Carol Teal, minus 89. Sharon Powers, minus 97 in 8th. Tish Johnson, minus 111 in 9th. And Paula Vidal rounds out the top 10, minus 112. I mentioned we had some returning players on our featured pairs. On 21 and 22, that is Shelly Nell and Tammy Abraham Lopretti. New to the pair, that is Beth Owen Chipolowski and Ellie Bennett. Going to be joining us. Ellie from Panama. Got a big group competing this week. Lisa Goodson and Yolanda Garrett return on the 19 and 20. So we get our first look at Ann Swan and Bernice Downs. And joining us from Wilmington, North Carolina, Bernice, Chicago, Illinois. Question from Virginia Young in the chat about Michelle Carter or Roseanne Costanzo. I'm going to find out for you right now. Let's see. We'll start with Michelle Carter. Assuming I can find her on the sheet somewhere. I know she's here. I've seen her. Let's see, I found Roseanne Costanzo, so we'll start with her, bowling with Tish Johnson. We'll have the very final game of qualifying tomorrow with Roseanne and Tish on 21 and 22. Michelle Carter, game before that. We'll have her on 21 and 22, game 4 of qualifying. Also on the pair with Michelle is Lynn Minning out of Austin, Texas. So as we finish up today, of course, we've been looking at the top of the standings, but the important number, though, is number 32 in the standings, which currently belongs to Shelly Nell on our featured pair at minus 258. Just want to make the top 32 here after 15 games. And it's kind of a brand new tournament. Something we've heard many times, might be a bit cliche, but it's the truth. You can't argue with facts. So you get to go for qualifying and then pinfall drops. And it's all about head-to-head matches. So it doesn't matter what everyone else is doing at that point. You could have people winning matches with 520 or losing them with 680. It just matters what your opponent is doing and how you can find a way to have a higher score after 3 games. Those final 5 games, once again, taking place tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. local time here in Baton Rouge. If you've never been to Baton Rouge, it's a cool place. I'm a fan. It's definitely grown on me the past few weeks. Was also here earlier throughout April for a few collegiate events, the NCAA Women's Bowling Championships, as well as the Intercollegiate Team and Singles Championships. All of them taking place at the Raising Cane's River Center before the start of the USBC Women's Championships. And I've definitely branched out a little bit in the food department, things I normally would probably stay away from. And all of them have impressed. Alligator tail for starters. Downright tasty. I never had it before. It had a scary menu item. Don't like branching out, but it's told by too many people who spent a lot of time here in 2012 for the USBC Open Championships that don't miss out on these opportunities. That's just mean, 7-pin. Great shot there by Shelley, not rewarded. Did try some crawfish, Joe. Another excellent choice here in Cajun country. I've come to the conclusion here that when you go to a new place, you just ask your server to be like, what do you recommend on the menu? Because when I start looking at menu items, I start thinking, it's like, I don't know if I like that. But you don't know if you don't try, so. So it's been a delicious experience. So we'll have a better look at the leaderboard when we're all said and done today. As soon as our pairs finish up, we'll be done on Bowl TV for the day, but just a reminder, keep an eye out on bowl.com. We'll have just a really brief recap of the excitement here at the Senior Queens today. We'll also post that to the Sport of Bowling USBC Facebook page, as well as on Twitter at USBC. Big shout out to our tournament director, Greg Moore, who's standing right next to me, so I have to say nice things about him. Kathy Watka in the tournament office as well, doing a great job getting us scores quickly. And of course the great staff here at Circle Bowl, making sure we have everything we need. They've been great. Very accommodating with making sure we were good for the live stream. Taking a look at 17 and 18. And Christy Witcher and Char Hamill move over there after saw them both put together nice games on 19 and 20. Char's going to be the 190s. Christy slowed down a little bit after striking a bunch last game. She can max out at 190 with all three in the 10th. Lucy, there we go. I was trying to say two names at once. Lucy Sandlin, 202, her final game. She's going to finish at minus 14. Great shot there from Beth. Makes it a double. Tough break far left of your screen for Christy Witcher. First shot of the 10th leads the 4-9. Question about Mandy Wilson, how she finished up. A little tough to tell at the moment. Score sheet says she is on lanes 1 and 2, which I really can't see at the moment. Bernice Downs takes care of the spare in the 9th frame. Another nice shot there from Beth Owen Chipolowski. 3 out of the last 4. She can get to 204 with a few strikes in the 10th. And Swan makes a few pins tumble. 5-pin still stands though. Once again, just about looking like most pairs right around that 9th or 10th frame, if not already finished up. So we prepare to call it a day here on Bowl TV. Shelly Nell doing work. Just a reminder, we will be back here, youtube.com/Bowl TV, for continued coverage of the 2017 USBC Senior Queens starting tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Eastern. We'll have that final 5-game block of qualifying, and we will follow it pretty much directly. Might be a slight break in between, with the opening rounds of the double elimination match play bracket. Bracket matches will consist of 3 games, with a total pinfall determining who gets the W. Of course, with double elimination, if you do happen to lose a match, you are not out of it. You have to lose twice in order to be eliminated from the tournament. Beth kicks off the 10th with a strike. And that goes all the way until the stepladder finals as well. If you are the very top seed overall, you would have to lose twice in the championship match. Stepladder finals will take place Friday, right here on Bowl TV, 6:30 Eastern, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Just in case, if anyone is looking forward to it, 6:30 a.m. You can check out the archives on Bowl TV, but we'll be a few hours catching up to you. It's again a big week for bowling here in Baton Rouge already. USBC Queens just wrapped up yesterday. TV show aired late last night. It's going to re-air tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern on CBS Sports Network. And then in June, going to keep it going on CBS Sports Network with the first 3 stops on the PWBA Tour for their regular season. So a lot to look forward to on TV and online as well. Big finish there, 202. Beth Owen Chipolowski always makes a good showing here at the Senior Queens. So looking to break through for that W though. Tammy finishes up with 188. All in the books on 19 and 20. Well, luckily we're not using those scoreboards at the moment, but it's apparently tables with cameras get hit, and that's what happens. So for the time being, we'll just cover them up. As we get our final few shots on 21 and 22. There you go, Ellie. Sounded a little nervous to be on Bowl TV for the first time. Finishes up the 10th with a spare. This will be our final shot here for today. And once again, we will go ahead and take the cameras down. Let Circle Bowl resume. I think we're having some leagues in tonight. But all Senior Queens tomorrow. All right, folks, that'll do it here on Bowl TV. Rounds 1 and 2 in the books at the 2017 USBC Senior Queens. We'll be back tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 local time here in Baton Rouge for the final qualifying round. So with that being said, big thanks to everyone for joining us today. We hope to see you tomorrow and throughout the rest of the week until we crown a champion here on Bowl TV on Friday. That's going to do it for now. We'll see you tomorrow morning here at Circle Bowl. Thanks again.